The price of Bitcoin is currently $27,330. In yesterday's video, I informed you that I was taking out a long position on Ethereum and on XRP, both of which currently sit nicely in profit. About $8,500 profit on Ethereum so far and $3,400 profit on XRP. So, pretty good 24-hour period as far as 24-hour periods go, because recently, of course, the prices have not been so volatile. There hasn't been an awful lot of volatility to capitalize on in the market, but I think all of that is going to change. Today, I'm going to explain to you what I think is going to happen next for the price of Bitcoin, for the price of Ethereum. Hopefully, I'm correct on that, and of course, I'm going to be showing you how I intend to trade this market, as well as checking in on some altcoins and discussing what is going on in the world of crypto news right now, because it's a particularly interesting story that came to my attention today about DCG not paying Genesis Global's $630 million loan, and of course Hong Kong to allow retail investors to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum and top cryptos from June. So if you want to watch more about that, do drop a like on today's video. Let's try and get 1,000 likes. It won't happen. I know it won't happen, but we can at least try. So do drop a like on today's video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Turn on those channel notifications and let's crack on. So first things first, $27,351. Nice little profits here on XRP and Ethereum. However, what are we expecting next for the price of Bitcoin? Well, as I said, this here was a textbook bear pennant. And as I explained in yesterday's video, the likelihood of a drop down to most people seemed more likely than a bounce back to the upside. In yesterday's video, we discussed how it was more plausible that the price would drop to the downside. However, I was taking a long position to be a little bit contrarian to the market because I didn't really expect it to break to the downside. And we were correct on that. It's going pretty well so far. As it sits, Bitcoin has broken out of this trading formation. At the same time, we've not closed a daily candle out of this trading formation, so we're not out of the woods yet, and we did get rejected at this level of resistance here, with that level of resistance sitting at approximately $27,500. We can never break through that level for whatever reason. We just really struggle with it. Now for Bitcoin, of course, a daily candle close above $27,500 will likely result, in my opinion, to basically causing the price to break all the way back up to this level of resistance all the way up here at about $28,900, $29,000, somewhere around there if we were to look at where it should be. To be honest, I think that's pretty likely. I think it'll take a few days for it to happen, but we are early in this week, and I think that probably is the most likely move that we experience this week. Why do I expect that's going to happen? Well, first of all, if we are to go over to the FedWatch tool, look how far away the next meeting is. We've got 22 days of price action to happen before the next FOMC meeting, when the rates are going to move, the interest rate hikes and what they've been doing recently. And it's likely that that next interest rate hike is probably going to sit at 0.25% again. So it's probably not going to affect the price of Bitcoin probably all that much. So I expect Bitcoin's going to start trading on its own. At the same time, I believe that at this point in time, Ethereum is starting to outperform Bitcoin. We've seen Bitcoin, this is Ethereum versus Bitcoin, by the way, on the hourly chart up here. But if you go over and look at Bitcoin dominance, again, 4-hour chart on Bitcoin dominance, you can see that Bitcoin dominance looks high right now, and it's been rising all the way since September of last year. It's been rising. Bitcoin taking lumps out of Ethereum. But I've been pointing out now for a while, I think this trend is coming to an end. Reason being, this is a diamond top pattern, and a diamond top pattern generally results in a downtrend after that. I believe that an altcoin bull run is within weeks at this point in time. I think the altcoins are probably going to have a significant rally going into summer. If it's anything like the Bitcoin halving of 2017, what we witnessed back then was an altcoin summer between June and September. Then altcoins crashed pretty badly, and that gave Bitcoin its dominance back, as Bitcoin halving took place, I believe, in November of 2017, if I remember correctly. Now, then Bitcoin, of course, rallied, Ethereum rallied, everything rallied after that point. Now, from my perspective, I expect that's going to happen. I might be misremembering that here and might be misremembering it as the Bitcoin hard fork. But either way, we did have an altcoin summer back then. And altcoins do generally do pretty well in summer. So I'm expecting that kind of trend to happen again. And of course, I'm positioning myself for that in the market right now with regards to the current open positions that I'm taking. Of course, one of those positions is on XTP coin. XTP coin going all right at the moment. That resistance level at 17 is coming down. There isn't an awful lot of resistance in the charts. And I I know for a fact the fortunes of XTP are on the turn. It just takes a while. People don't understand how long it takes to steer a ship in the right direction. Think of it like, I want to say the Titanic then. Think of it like a P&O Cruiser's ferry. How long would it take for one of them things to just turn in a circle compared to a speedboat? These are big operations. They're very difficult to make move. But when they do start moving, they move pretty quickly, essentially, because when you've got that momentum, it powers through anything. Think of the Titanic plowing through the iceberg. Probably not the best analogy again. But anyway, you get the point. I think that Bitcoin dominance is going to start dropping. I think that Ethereum is going to start rising against Bitcoin. As I pointed out in yesterday's video, we were struggling with this level of resistance here. We broke this level of resistance. And if I'm to zoom out slightly on this chart, just to give you a little bit more perspective, it is this control line that I expect that Ethereum is going to come up and revisit before we get rejected again, probably drop back down to the downside, and then eventually rally significantly back to the upside. Now, that's Ethereum's Bitcoin value. I also expect Bitcoin to rise in value during that period of time. If Ethereum breaks through the level of approximately $1,883, if we break through that level there, then to be honest, I don't see why the sky wouldn't become the limit at that point in time. I think that we are currently trapped within this bull flag, but it is ultimately a bull flag because you've got your big stock upwards, your flag outwards, and likely another break to the upside, especially when you're looking at something like Bitcoin right now in terms of how it's been performing recently. You would easily chart this as a W reversal pattern, something like this. It's playing out that way. So from my perspective, Bitcoin is looking more so bullish than bearish right now. Ethereum is looking more so bullish than bearish right now. I'm positioning myself like that with regards to my current open trades. And of course, if you are interested in trading, check out BYBIT link in today's video description, of which you can get up to $30,000 for free when you deposit for the first time and make a few trades. Now, also, by the way, if you are in the UK, you can still use BYBIT. Don't worry about KYCing. Your account won't get banned. Now, Hong Kong to allow retail investors to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, and top cryptos from June. As discussed, the next bull run is going to come from the east. Hong Kong, for years, has had crypto banned. You couldn't buy crypto in Hong Kong. And I've been talking about this for a while. Why do I think altcoin summer is coming in June? Where do you think Chinese money enters the West? The UK used to own, I think it was actually own the land of Hong Kong, and we used to control the government, everything like that. We have very strong connections with Hong Kong and absolutely abysmal ones with China. So when it comes to the West's approach to China, we deal with them via Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a major business hub. When Hong Kong legalizes cryptocurrency, it will facilitate trades between China and the West in crypto. When that happens, we expect to see significant amounts of crypto adoption and volume coming from Hong Kong. So I'm pretty excited that this is happening because it will have a significant effect on the overall market. Another thing that I'm pretty excited about is Bitcoin payments provider Strike integrates Tether after moving its global HQ to El Salvador. Something a little bit different, something that you don't often see. Strike is ultimately owned by Jack Dorsey, if I remember correctly, but it's interesting to see more businesses moving to El Salvador, despite the fact the government's on the change. Philippines SEC accuses Gemini of breaking securities law with its derivative platform. At the same time, Gemini has not been paid, or rather, DCG did not pay Genesis Global's $630 million loan, according to Gemini Crypto Exchange. Basically, what's happening there is Gemini have got a huge $630 million hole in their books that they are currently owned by Digital Currency Group, and basically DCG are defaulting on it. If you're not familiar with DCG, it's owned by Barry Silbert. Barry Silbert was once one of the richest people in crypto. He is currently technically bankrupt because he isn't paying his debts. Now, moving on from that, I think this will eventually get paid, though. I would be surprised if it doesn't get paid. Barry Silbert is an expert bankruptcy lawyer. Anyway, Binance US executive among 500 Americans sanctioned by the Russian president. Binance executive BJ Kang and several other US government officials have been basically had sanctions put on them by this man right here, Vladimir. Not a friendly bloke, is he? But if you want to read more about this, go to cryptosavingexpert.com. Of course, if you want to learn more about courses, guides, all these kind of things, it's all completely free content to consume on Crypto Saving Expert. You will learn so many things, and the guides here, like if you want to learn more about which exchanges to use, how to trade, wallets, taxes. Don't forget, when you click on these things, you've got software wallets and hardware wallets. It tells you all of the best ones of everything to buy, and you can do your own research and stuff on there to figure out everything. And again, if you've got a question about any any word in crypto, we have defined every single one of them. And if you can't read, it doesn't matter, because generally we have a little button on here as well that'll speak it all to you, although we don't have it on balance volume. Point is, you can press on these little buttons here and it will play you a nice little video of whatnot. So just to kind of point that out, it does exist. And then finally, in today's crypto news, Dubai developers set to build world's first Bitcoin tower. Will it happen? I don't know. Should it happen? Probably not. It's an interesting look for the space, isn't it? Do I think that it would be a fun thing to happen? Yeah, of course. It would become like a pilgrimage for all Bitcoin people. It'd be a strange one, a proper strange one. But ultimately, it is bullish to see these kinds of things happening in the markets right now. Overall, I am very positive about the markets. I think the markets are definitely on the rise. And on the whole, yeah, I'm positioned long. I think the markets are going to go pretty well over the course of this week. So do drop a like on today's video if you have enjoyed it. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Turn on those channel notifications. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.